The 84th emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire, Theodosius II, reigned from 408 to 450 AD, and his reign is remembered for both its significant political and religious impact, as well as its challenges in defending the empire from external threats. Born in 401 AD, Theodosius II was the son of Arcadius, the emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire, and Aelia Eudocia, a woman of noble birth. He ascended to the throne at the tender age of 7, following his father's death in 408 AD. Given his young age, his reign was initially dominated by regents, particularly his sister, Pulcheria, who played a central role in the administration of the empire for many years. Pulcheria, a devout Christian, was known for her piety and influence in both secular and ecclesiastical matters, often exercising power on behalf of her brother. Theodosius II's reign was marked by a series of internal and external challenges. The most significant event during the early years of his rule was the ongoing threat of barbarian invasions, which plagued both the western and eastern halves of the empire. The Western Roman Empire was undergoing significant destabilization, with Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns pushing into its borders, but the Eastern Empire also faced its share of difficulties. The Huns, under their formidable leader Attila, would come to pose a serious threat to Theodosius II's empire, although he was able to temporarily appease them through diplomatic means and tribute payments. Internally, Theodosius II sought to strengthen his empire's legal and administrative structure. One of his most enduring legacies was his work on codifying Roman law. In 429 AD, he ordered the creation of the Theodosian Code, a comprehensive compilation of laws that were enacted throughout the Roman Empire. This code, completed by 438 AD, remained a foundational legal text for centuries and was instrumental in shaping the development of legal systems in both the Eastern Roman Empire and later in the Byzantine Empire. Religiously, Theodosius II's reign saw continued efforts to solidify Christianity's position as the dominant faith in the empire, often at the expense of paganism and other religious practices. His reign coincided with the period of Christianization under the Roman emperors, and Theodosius II, much like his father, promoted Orthodox Christianity while persecuting heretical groups. The most notable religious event during his reign was the Council of Ephesus in 431 AD, which was convened to address the Nestorian controversy. The council affirmed the Orthodox doctrine of the Incarnation and condemned the teachings of Nestorius, the Patriarch of Constantinople, who had been accused of promoting heretical views on the nature of Christ. Despite his youthful image, Theodosius II's reign was not without significant military actions. The Eastern Roman Empire faced frequent conflict with various barbarian groups, including the Huns, Goths, and Vandals, who were pushing at the empire's borders. The Huns, under Attila, became the most dangerous of these adversaries. Attila's forces ravaged the Eastern Roman Empire, even threatening the city of Constantinople itself. Theodosius II, however, managed to avoid a direct confrontation through diplomatic negotiations, which included paying tribute to Attila in exchange for peace. While this strategy temporarily alleviated immediate threats, it also exposed the vulnerability of the empire to external pressures. One of the most remarkable aspects of Theodosius II's reign was his decision to commission the construction of the Theodosian walls of Constantinople, which were completed in 439 AD. These walls were an architectural marvel and greatly enhanced the city's defenses, helping to protect the imperial capital from invasions. The walls would go on to play a crucial role in the city's defense for centuries, serving as a symbol of the strength and resilience of Constantinople. Theodosius II's reign also saw increased tensions with the Western Roman Empire, particularly after the deposition of the Western Emperor Valentinian III in 455 AD. Although the Western Empire was in decline, the relationship between the eastern and western halves of the Roman world remained strained during Theodosius II's rule. These tensions, combined with the political instability in the West, would ultimately lead to the collapse of the Western Roman Empire just a few decades after Theodosius II's death. Theodosius II's reign was also marked by his attention to the arts and culture. He was a patron of learning and scholarship and sought to promote education in his empire. During his reign, Constantinople became a center of intellectual and artistic activity. He also supported the construction of important religious and civic buildings, which contributed to the cultural growth of the city. The establishment of institutions like the University of Constantinople, as well as the flourishing of Christian art, would become key elements of the Byzantine cultural legacy. However, despite these achievements, Theodosius II's reign was not without its shortcomings. His diplomatic and military strategies often relied heavily on appeasement and tribute payments rather than decisive military action. His empire, though still powerful, was increasingly vulnerable to external threats, especially from the growing power of the Huns. While the construction of the Theodosian walls provided some protection, the constant pressure from barbarian groups and the eventual collapse of the Western Roman Empire highlighted the fragility of the Eastern Roman position in the broader context of the late Roman world. Theodosius II died in 450 AD, likely as a result of an accident, though some sources suggest that he may have been assassinated. After his death, his successor was Marcian, his general and brother-in-law, who would go on to strengthen the Eastern Roman Empire and deal more directly with the challenges posed by the Huns. While Theodosius II's reign was marked by relative stability and a focus on legal and cultural developments, it also exposed the weaknesses of the Eastern Roman Empire in the face of external threats. Theodosius II's reign, though often overshadowed by more famous emperors such as Constantine the Great or Justinian I, was nevertheless crucial in shaping the future of the Byzantine Empire. His work in legal reforms, the protection of Constantinople, and his religious policies left a lasting legacy that continued to influence the empire for centuries. Despite his challenges, Theodosius II's reign was a period of important developments that helped lay the foundation for the later success of the Byzantine Empire in the Middle Ages.